Greetings, Halloweeners. I just saw that Netflix is going to finally release the Cuphead show, and it's going to happen on February 18th, 2022. And the Cuphead show is based on the video game. Now, my son, my youngest son, always shows me video game walkthroughs and things like that. So even though I don't play, I really can appreciate the art and effort that go into these video games. And Cuphead, the artwork is very much like Max and Dave Fleischer. Now, my favorite character from that was this, and I'll hold him up. This was the devil from the Cuphead video game, and also he's going to be in the cartoon as well, because it's kind of like a horror cartoon because they're trying to save souls from Satan or get souls for Satan, whatever they're doing. And he looks very much like the Fleischer cartoon with Betty Boop. What was the name of that again? Red Hot Mama from 1934. And there's a whole bunch of little devils that look pretty much like him. The cartoon was that Betty fell asleep in front of her fireplace and the fire was going up really high. So she thought she dreamt that she was at the gates of hell. And she's there and she sings a song, does her little vamp routine, and the devil comes on to her and she pretty much freezes him. Literally, she makes hell freeze over, just gives him total ice. And when she wakes up, she decides she's going to stay warm under some quilts instead of the roaring fire. So anyway, that's kind of what the inspiration for the Cuphead devil was. Now, I got this Funko figure. There were several different ones. One of them was just maybe from this high, Rising from Flames, also by Funko, and there was a little one as well. I like this one the best. He reminds me kind of the, some of the old German retro vintage Halloween masks they used to make of the devil. Up until maybe the 1950s, there was a lot of devils for Halloween. You can find them kind of readily, cartoon devils, and they stopped making them because I guess people were thinking it's satanic and stuff like that, so Halloween in general, so they stopped making as many, so they're harder to get now. So I had gotten this figure just because he worked well with the kind of vintage Halloween stuff I had, and like I said, I like him very much. He is posable. I can make him play around with his pitchfork and move him, and he's a good representation of what was in the video game and now with the cartoon. I have another note here. Oh, it was about the Betty Boop cartoon. The British Board of Film Classification, when the Betty Boop cartoon came out, Red Hot Mama, in 1934, they decided that they banned it because they decided it was showing hell in a humorous light, and therefore was blasphemous. And I looked at some of the other things with the British Board of Film Classification, and oh boy, were they were little ladies. I mean, seriously, almost everything offended them. So that's why you had a lot of trouble seeing horror films in England for decades, because they would just give it, I think it was called the H certificate or something for horror, and that you really couldn't watch any of this. They would just ban it from coming into the country. And it later went into later horror movies that they had different versions for different markets. Famously, or infamously, when Peter Cushing was staking vampires, supposedly there's 3 different kinds of versions of that. And the first one was a very staid British one where you don't see much blood. Yep, can't show any blood. And then the American version was, excuse me, American version, which was a little gorier, and then the Japanese version where it's blood everywhere. Let's have fun with the squirt gun with the blood. So I don't know if that's true or not, but that was the story going around for the longest time, that there were 3 versions to some of the Hammer films, and they had the very quiet version for England, and then everybody else got the blood and guts. I guess the English just had to satisfy themselves with the very low cut outfits on the ladies of Hammer, and that was the only thrill they got out of these movies. So anyway, this is Cuphead. I'm hoping Netflix has a lot of luck with this series. I love, like I said, love the art design, and this is my little Cuphead friend who's going to be staying with me. And my other little devil today is Nebula, who jumped on my lap while I was trying to record this. And she's my watchdog, and she puts up with all sorts of stuff with me. Mostly me trying to do videos, and she has to be in my lap at all times. So anyway, you met my mascot here, who explains what the motion was going on in my lap, if you were wondering at all. Anyway, that's it for now. Ta-ta, and remember, it's never too early or late to have a wonderful Halloween. Bye.